everybody.
Hi.
Welcome back. Her eyes are hurting.
Because I was doing this.
Oh yeah, she was waiting for the camera to start. So we're back this week. This week we're going to make a no yeast flatbread because I'm seeing online that everybody wants to make some kind of bread. A lot of people are making sourdough, but that takes a long time and you have to have a starter and all of that. And so
sounds good.
Yep, the other thing that people are saying is that there's no yeast in the stores. So we thought we would make a flatbread that has no yeast. And so
yeast-free.
Yep. So we're going to add some extra baking powder to make it rise. And it turned out pretty good. We made it last night to test it, and everybody loved it, right?
We turned it into a pizza, and it tastes tasted very good.
It did. We turned it into a pizza because we added some garlic powder. So let's go ahead and get started. And we learned from the last time when we didn't pre-measure anything. So this time we're all pre-measured and ready to go. So we have 2 cups of flour. And right now, because
That's wrong.
wash your hands. Go ahead.
You
right
did
now,
it.
because
you did too.
Because we are all just using what we already have, you can use any kind of flour. We're going to be using white whole wheat flour. All right, so kids, the kids are eating oranges.
Wait.
Let's put them on the side for now because we're going to make this, okay?
Okay.
Then you can eat those.
I'm hungry.
I know. So keep them over there. So we're going to start with 2 cups of whole wheat flour. And I have to have a recipe for this one because this is only our second time making this. So we have 2 cups flour.
That's
we're gonna add
own recipe book. She reads the recipes in there.
That's right. This is my recipe book. Okay, so we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. So we're gonna use baking soda and baking powder, and you want to be sure not to mix them up because they both do different things. Baking soda, we're only going to use half a teaspoon, and the baking powder, we're going to use 1 whole teaspoon because we're trying to make up for the yeast that we're not using. Baking soda is saltier, so if you accidentally switch them and you put a teaspoon, you don't need to add salt.
And then you go like this.
Yeah. In this case, it might be all right because we're going to use it. We've been eating it as pizza crust. So, all right. So go ahead and add your baking soda.
Baking soda?
Yep, baking soda.
Bye-bye.
Half a teaspoon.
Baking soda looks more like clouds, and then this one looks a little more like...
It does. Okay, so add both of those in there.
Road of ravine.
So we're just going to mix all our dry ingredients first.
Here, and then I'm going to put that in there too.
Okay, so we're going to put that in there.
Sorry.
Okay, we're going to add half a teaspoon of salt to that. Let me get you a chair, Colin. Half a teaspoon of salt.
There's something I like doing. It's like this staircase.
Hey, that's all from my chair.
All right, and then this is optional, but we really like it. Did you add your salt?
Oh no.
Okay. Add your salt. It's important to add all the ingredients because they all do something to the
Don't
bread.
add too much salt or else you'll also go.
Yep. And then we're going to add some garlic powder. This part is optional, but we like it because it makes it taste more like a breadstick.
Put it
More
in
like
there.
a breadstick.
Ravine.
Ooh, it's lava.
You can also, if you make it and you want to experiment, you could add things like oregano or
Explosion.
oregano or basil would be good for pizza or breadsticks. Or you could do like a
For the
something.
flour.
Yep, more like thyme.
I
Where
mean,
it's just going to be more like
Ooh,
a
you found
flatbread
some
that you eat
baking.
with olive oil and balsamic.
Hyla, you
Okay,
found some-
did you mix it well? So mix it well. And then
So
the
you,
next...
so you cannot see the baking soda.
Yep, you want it to be evenly mixed.
Oh.
So that when we...
She's messy.
She is.
That
So that
means
when
that-
we
That's not more
make... When we make the balls, everything is mixed.
Oh no, you're messy.
Alright, so
Oh,
over
you're
here...
messy.
Alright, that looks good. That looks good.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so over here, we're going to add 1 cup of milk. Okay? And I'm going to use almond milk.
And it's also on the floor.
Oh my gosh. We know what the kids will be doing after this.
Oh no, please no.
It's part of home ec. We're learning how to clean. 1 cup of milk. Okay.
Mom, wait. Wait, Mom. Wait.
Oh, wait, leave it there, leave it there. We're focusing on the milk right
Mom,
now.
I'm not going to mix.
Okay, I'm going to take this away because we're focusing on the milk right now. So we have 1 cup of milk, and we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of olive oil. So I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it.
My chair.
Like about that much.
Whoa,
and
look
we're
at
actually
that.
using avocado oil, but you can use whatever oil you have on hand. They'll both work. And now we need to heat the milk. So
It looks like an eyeball.
We're gonna go over to the stove. Okay.
God's playing with the flour.
Oh, then that's enough for the flour. Okay.
No, Mom, don't that.
Okay.
Look, Colin, look at that. Colin, look
So
at
we're
this.
gonna heat this up.
I felt the heat shoot my hand like a gun.
Yeah, we're gonna put it on medium heat. And this is gonna be really, really quick. So I'm gonna give you a whisk.
I need the chair.
Okay, let Lila handle this part and you can mix it when we get back.
I want to see.
Okay, go ahead.
Ooh, look at that. If you poke it, it pulls up.
So that is the oil and the milk, and all we're doing is heating it.
Look,
And
if you pull it down and you pull it up, it makes more bubbles.
it does. So what we're doing is whenever we make a bread with yeast, we actually want to use warm water, not hot water because you don't want to kill the yeast. But we're
no,
trying
you can murder the yeast.
Yeah, you can kill the yeast by putting hot water and burning it.
Poor yeast.
Yep. So we're just trying to copy that here, and that way it'll bring the bread together and help it all kind of bind. The baking soda and the baking powder start to create bubbles so that we don't have to sit around and wait for it to rise. We're just speeding up the process, basically. So you just want to heat it until you can just kind of maybe let an adult do it. You'll be able to feel when the milk starts to warm. It's only going to take about a minute. We're almost there.
And you want hot.
You're feeling the flame, but yep, it is getting warm. But let's see. So I'd say maybe 2 minutes should be good. And you want to stir constantly so that it doesn't start to burn at the bottom of your pan. That is a trick with anything you're doing with milk. Yeah. Anything with milk you want to stir constantly. All right.
Wait, look at the dog.
It's okay. He's enjoying the sun. He's enjoying the sun because it's the first time we've seen the sun in
a while.
In a while.
Wait, we've seen it yesterday.
Briefly. So there we go. All right, so let's move back over here, and I'll do.
Bad. I mean,
Yes.
it smells weird.
Well, we're using almond milk with vanilla, which is not ideal, but that's all we have.
Oh, look,
so.
the cat joined him.
Okay, so here we go.
They're partying.
So now we are going to just add this to our flour mixture.
Colin,
Don't-
look. This is your favorite part.
Yep, Colin likes
Yay!
to touch this part. All right, hop up.
You mess
Ready?
up the houses.
No, don't touch this. I'll do this part because the handle is hot. So we're just gonna pour it in.
Blood.
Go ahead and mix
The
it.
monkey's loose.
Mix it until it's well mixed. Go. Yeah, there you go. Until it's
Hey.
all mixed.
Right there. Ah, ew, I felt it. Yuck. Ew.
And you're gonna start to see that it comes together. And it's okay if you get your hand dirty because we're gonna have to use our hand in a little
Could
bit.
I get something, Colin? Wait, could I get something?
Let's see. Yep, that looks good. So go ahead.
Wait, I need to get all these flour off the side.
Okay.
Hey, I don't feel it.
So you can start to see that it's turning into little balls of dough, which is perfect. That's what we want. That's okay.
And
As
then
I
we
said,
can touch it?
we're gonna start kneading it. So you want to, let's see here. Make sure you get all the flour on the bottom. You see all the ones on the bottom?
He used to be a chef.
Yes, that is why we mixed everything well, so that when we get to this part, it's already there.
Yay.
Okay, so here's,
Can I touch it?
yep.
Here.
So you want to
I wanna
add
spread it, Mama.
just, okay, here. Just a tiny bit of flour, so
Is
that
it gluten free?
not gluten free. No, this one is not. But that's okay. Colin can have a little bit.
I want more.
Okay.
I'm gonna put more flour.
Well, we're done for now. You can do it if we need more.
Oh.
All right. So now dump this onto your cutting board.
I want to
just
dump
take
it
a look.
in.
No, dump the whole thing because we need to knead it.
Mom,
You
I
want
want
to
to
do
do that.
it? Go ahead. Do it.
You taught me how to knead yesterday.
I did.
I want to knead.
Okay.
Because I have a knee.
You want to show them how to knead? There's actually a
Yeah.
trick to kneading.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Wait.
Now, if your hands get too sticky, you can add some flour to them. There's
I
more.
need some flour in my hands.
Okay.
Wait.
Put your hands out, and I'll dust your hands with flour.
Feels so
Do you need some
fluffy.
flour, Colin?
Yeah.
Ooh, messy.
Okay.
Put the whole spoon on
There
it.
you go. Rub your hands together.
Okay, this is how you
Messy.
knead. You use your palms right
This is
here.
mess.
And
Oh,
then
no.
you push it down. And then you flip it over. And then you push it down, and I think you turn it so it doesn't fall off the
I'm
cutting
washing my
board.
hands with flour.
Yep, Lila got it. So you fold it in half, and then you turn it 1/4, and you use your palms. Perfect.
I'm putting
Oh,
more
no,
flour
I
on
need
my
You
hand.
need more? I'll sprinkle it on here for you. Okay? Now you don't want to put too much flour because we don't want it to become dense. We're just trying to get it to all hold together. So you're only going to knead it really for maybe a minute or two. Depends on how fast you're kneading. Maybe 3 minutes at the most. What we're trying to do is activate the baking soda and the baking powder. So I guess really you can't over knead it at this, not this recipe.
You just
Mom.
over-activate it.
Yep.
The ball form is not getting.
And what we learned the other day is that once you start to let it sit, we're going to let it sit for a minute or two. And then the longer you let it sit, the more bubbly it'll get as you cook it. So each batch gets more and more bubbly. So if you had more time, you can just let it sit maybe for 5 or 10 minutes before you get started.
I don't like waiting though.
Yep. Well, since we're on video, we'll just go ahead and make one. And then after the first couple, it'll start to change. Here, let me give you a little more.
Put it
Then I think you'll be good.
Oh no, I
Give
need
me the
more.
flour.
Oh, use your powder there. The flour.
All
All right.
Feels weird.
So once you get to Lila's stage, we're gonna cut it into 8 pieces.
How does flour work to cleaning your off stuff on your
Ew.
hand?
Flour is not made to clean things off your hand.
I think like how to do
So roll it into a ball. It's because it's dry, so it's pulling all the wet stuff off your hand. All right, so roll it into a ball, and then you're gonna cut it into 8 equal pieces.
Don't forget to put this in it.
All right, now use the knife and cut it into 8 pieces.
Look, you smashed it, the ball in.
Spanking it.
So cut it in half,
There we go.
all the way through.
I want to do that.
All right, and then you're gonna cut one piece in half again.
I want to do that.
And you can do this half, okay? So cut it in half, and then each half into half again. Oh, hi, Anita. You must be over on the East Coast, so I could see that. Yep, they got to bed. And hi, Robin. We haven't seen you in forever.
Wow, all your friends are online.
Yeah. All right. So we have 4 pieces. Okay, so Colin, cut yours into 4.
Here's the knife.
Oh, use Lila's knife. And it was a really good idea to
breadsticks.
pre-measure everything. So if your kids are going to make this tomorrow, I would definitely pre-measure unless they know how to do it. When we did it last night and we were measuring everything, it was
Disaster.
interesting.
Here's the breadsticks.
Okay, so cut that one in half.
What are you making? Breadsticks?
Yes,
No,
I'm
we're
making
making
garlic
well, you
breadsticks.
could make breadsticks. You cut that one in half. But for this recipe, if you made breadsticks, you would have to cook it a little differently. You'd have to put it in the oven, probably, just because they're so thick. Oh, okay, Colin, you're
I'm
good.
a worm.
So now you want to roll them out, and you can either use the palm of your hand. So roll one into a ball. Let me grab the. Roll one into a ball.
Like this.
Where's the sport sheet? Where's the
That'd be fine.
Oh, like this.
Yes, do today.
Yep, perfect. So roll it into a ball just like that.
I did this at preschool.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you can roll it with the
My
rolling
best friend.
pin, or you can just use your hand to
Put
smash
flour
it
in
down.
that, please.
Mom, look what I'm just making a breadstick, but cooked the same
You
way.
really can't mess this one up, which is one reason why we chose it. It's perfect. There's no messing it up. We even made,
The
I
only
think,
mess up is adding too much baking soda or baking powder.
yeah, that would be a
Or
mess up.
too much salt.
Yep. But I think yesterday, Lila tried to make a heart, right?
It worked.
You made different shapes. And so you want to roll it as thin as you can, just because it puffs up a little.
It's hugging me.
But again, you can't do it wrong. So if you keep it too thick, it'll still work.
Oh no. Come on. I put flour on this.
All right.
There.
All right. So let's cook it. Let's cook your one. So you're going to go through and you're going to roll all of these out. And we rolled it as they were cooking. So Lila was doing the rolling and I was cooking. So do you want to cook one though, Lila?
Yeah, wait. I have one I know I want to cook. Okay, Mom?
Okay.
I'm gonna make a bread
Wait,
stick.
can I make a shape of the knife?
Sure.
Mom, look, I'm making a bread stick.
Okay.
Oh, you almost cut my hand off.
I'm sorry. So this... Okay, so this is about how thin you want to be. So let's go over here. I'm already preheating. We're going to do it in a cast iron skillet. So I've already started to preheat it because it takes a while. So let's see. So you're just going to take your flatbread. I'm just going to make it a little thinner for her. So it really is thin, how thin you can get it. And then we're just going to place it in here. And you're going to let it cook. It only takes about a minute per side, if even that. And you're just going to cook it to brown.
Wait, Mom, I need more.
Wait, I
Alright.
have one I want to cook.
Okay,
I need
we'll do
more.
that one next. Let me just
I need more flour.
grab a spatula here.
It's an L. It's an L.
All right, that'll be a good one to
Lila.
test on.
Okay, then I'm making my 3D.
All right. So I'm gonna let it just go for maybe 10 seconds longer, and then I'll check it. That's really all about all the time it took. Okay, and the way I was able to tell is you just kind of go under it. See how it's scooting? It's gonna be done. Yep, and then you just flip it over and cook the other side. So on this one, you can see it's not really bubbling, but that's what I was saying, is the first couple batches didn't bubble. And then as we let the bread sit and we started making these, they started to bubble up a little bit more. They're still as a yeast bread, but they taste really good. So they truly are a flatbread. So we'll let that cook again on the other side for just about a minute,
I'm
and
making
then I'll take it off.
I'm making a whale.
So let's see.
I made the mouth of the whale.
Yeah, so it's already browning, you can tell. Depends on how brown you want to have it. I'll just cook it a little bit longer so it browns.
Mom,
Uh-huh.
look, I'm making a whale.
Okay. Oh, that is a whale. He has a mouth and everything. Rocky, it's okay.
I think it'd be a little easier if you turn them flat. Ew, it's flaking on my skin.
All right, so here's our first one. And honestly, this kind of reminds me, it smells like those elephant ears. Even though it's not as sweet, it has that
Ooh, I
smell
like
of
elephant
fresh
ears.
bread. Yep.
The only time I really
Yes,
had it
Rocky.
was at a carnival.
Yes, that's the only time we eat them. So here's what it looks like if you break off a
elephant
piece.
ears good?
It's just kind of like a
They're
flatbread. No, they're
shaped
delicious.
like that, and then they're covered in sugar.
Yep. So that's what they look like. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and make the rest of ours. Lila made her L. We'll get the L on there
Mom,
for her.
I meant to make a penguin, but then it came out as a whale.
Oh,
Because penguins are my favorite animal.
they are. See, that one's gonna be a little difficult to cook there. So if you
That's what
want to
Lila
make,
said.
yep, if you want to make breadsticks, actually what we'll do is we'll try it and we'll let everybody know how it turns out.
Do whales have fins?
We will try baking
It's
these
no way.
like a breadstick. We'll try baking these like a breadstick.
Oh.
And we'll let you know how it turns out. All right, guys. So that's it for today. We have our flatbread, and then like I was saying, we started eating these. Well, Colin just ate them like this, right? And then we started dipping them in pizza sauce, and then we decided to turn it into a pizza. So we ended up making pizza crust with it, which was really good too.
Mama,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna start cleaning. Where's the granite?
Yeah. We'll clean it in a minute. We gotta finish making our bread anyway. So that's all we've got. We will be back next week. We decided to do this one on Friday because it takes a little bit longer. Had a couple more steps with the cooking and everything, but I think it'll be perfect for the weekend if you need something to do. But we will be back next week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. We will be on at 4:30.
Did you hear that? Tuesdays and Fridays.
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Thursdays, not
Yep.
4 days.
All right. Bye, everybody. Have a good weekend.
Bye, and I almost forgot to add the tail.
Oh, good thing he got the tail. All right. Bye.
Bye.